So this is it. The last video at the Synth house. Last video in this setup. I don't even know what this is. Setup 3.0 now. Dude, and now it's time for the big move. This is the big one. This is probably one of the biggest leaps I've ever taken in my life, and I know I've been talking about this move a lot on streams and maybe on Instagram, on stories and stuff time to time, but I never really made a video about it, and I know a lot of people are probably curious where I've been the last couple days and what the U-Haul's for. So I wanted to just get on a video and lay out everything that's going on for the record and something to look back on even in the future for this part of the journey and for anyone else who's like thinking of making a big leap, because I've been here for about 3 years and we're doing it now, and it's something where I may have experienced some of the things you guys are. So pretty much I've been looking at moving to a city for a long time now. It's been about 2 years. And, you know, I'm not from a super, super country or rural part of the world. It grew up in York, PA. So, I mean, it's moderately in like, I'd say more suburban area. And I've always been wanting to grow since I've gotten into doing things on the internet and getting into growing a business with cards and merchandise and other things like that. I've realized the importance of people. That's something that really took a while for me to grasp, because I've always kind of been a do it all myself kind of guy, and I'm trying to get away from that more. And I realize it's impossible to ever scale if you don't work with other people and grow with other people. And that's where things kind of changed in the last year, because I've realized that, and my goals can't be reached with just me anymore. And I definitely do have a team and people we work with here, but it's hard in these kind of areas, and anyone who's from smaller hometowns might be able to relate, where it's difficult to really scale and like make connections and stuff when you're just around people from your hometown. You know everyone, you know everyone's story, and no one's really trying to like get out. And I saw a video like 2 years ago, and it's like, with what's your, as someone who left their hometown, and they're like, you start to realize the size and the scope of the world as soon as you leave it. And if you go back to your hometown in several years, it's still going to be there. Nothing's going to change. And if you're wanting difference, and a lot of times I ask myself, do I want difference? Like, do I want to stay here? And with some things, yes, some things, no. But ultimately decided like where I want to grow and the opportunities I want to receive, I got to put myself there. And so I've really been looking at cities for the last year, and we've visited a bunch this year. I went to Collecticon Dallas. We visited Dallas. That was probably number one on my list where I thought we were going. We were at Fanatics Fest in New York City. I get why people like New York City, but it is not for me, dude. That's too crazy. And then Chicago. Chicago was actually really nice. I didn't get a ton of time to really check it out and visited it, but Chicago was cool. I really liked that environment. But there's one place we went to twice now, and that is Las Vegas. And both times I went there, I don't know, it just captured everything I was kind of looking for in the sense that, and we'll get into it as we're out there more and you're able to see that. But one, it's not like a city that is as, I mean, there's definitely like more residential areas, but there's it's not as much of a city as people like live in compared to, I'd say, New York or Chicago or something, as it's a lot more of a tourist focus point, and that you don't really, I never really thought of Vegas as a place to live. It never ever like clicked for me. And then after seeing that people were like seeing a lot of people in the same industry as me living out there and in those areas, I'm like, okay, well, what's the deal with this place? And I found out, one, even compared to like, I don't know why ex- expense of living is so high in PA, but even compared to where I'm not in this city or nothing. To go downtown in Vegas is literally the same price or cheaper. Like there is so there's just so much more opportunity, I feel like, there too, in the sense that it is the same city environment I've been looking for in all the other cities, and I think they all would have captured that no matter which one I would have went to. But this one, also just being on the West Coast, I think my life is shifting more towards West Coast time right now, and wanting to build a business on the West Coast rather than the East Coast. So that played a large factor, and that honestly eliminated every other city that was mentioned before was a location with that. Just like I do streaming, and I like the time I stream is 7:30 till like 12 p.m. here, and I can still stream at that same exact time in on the West Coast, and instead of getting off at 12 or 1 a.m., it'll be like 9 or 10 p.m. And it's a lot healthier of a lifestyle to live. Oh my gosh, yeah. My sleep schedule is beyond cooked. And I'm really excited for all the things that are to come. But I mean, leaving here is a lot. It is a jump in the sense that everything I have is here. Literally all the connections, everyone I grew up with, my family, the people I that started helping me with building this business when it was at the very, very, very beginning. And it is not like, especially I've been pretty confident on this move for a long time now, but in the last several days where we're getting ready to go and seeing everyone, it's like, dang, I am gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss, one, the trees here in PA. I mean, we're going from a green environment to a desert, but just all of the things I grew up comfortable with, and those, even though I wasn't really around for them because I'm pretty busy in the day to day, but um, everything is there and it's accessible, and it won't be anymore. It won't be accessible anymore. So that is definitely an interesting aspect of it. And so yeah, this is like 3.0. It all started streaming out of my parents' house for about like a year, and then we got the office. The office era was great. I was there for 1 year as well, and that is towards the end of the office era is where I started streaming with Brando, and we did a lot of really fun streams off the start. And then we're like, we need to get a content house, and because I was ready to then do the big move, but we're like, let's see how far we can take this with a content house, and this is where we landed, and we've been here for the last 6 months, and it's been a really fun dynamic and a really fun place. And now that this lease is coming up to an end, it's time to make the decision to stay here or to go out to the big move out to the Vegas. Is the one we landed on. And with the big move, obviously I know it's the right move for me. I'm headed out. Also, Taos, who recently started streaming, my beautiful girlfriend, is also coming out. Brando is unfortunately not. He's helping move, and he's gonna continue to be in a bunch of the content, but he's not making the move for himself yet. He has some other things he wants to work out and try in his life, and I really hope we get to connect with other things in the next several years, but God will guide that. And I'm letting God guide this whole move, and I'm really excited for what it's to bring. Obviously, it's a new environment. I can be as ready and have everything planned out as I say I do right now, but once I get there, things are going to change. But here's our goals with everything moving out. Obviously, like I said, we're going to be looking for more connections, more focus on our goals and the businesses and the content extremely. I think it's a much more opportunities are out there with that environment for content, and that's what I'm really excited about. Also, the fact that we'll be in a place where I want to be probably more permanent. I'm hoping we find that, and I am looking into maybe even opening a card shop or a place, at least like a office again, and that's gonna be very exciting. And with being out there, I already know a bunch of other creators, streamers, card shops out there, and just in the West Coast in general is where a lot of the action is. So we'll be able to do a lot more of those collaborations and maybe get partnered with Tops one day. We'll see. We will see about that. Oh, frick. Using the sound bites in the commentary video. But yeah, so that is the reason for the move, and a little background to what's making me do this. And pretty much the thing is, it's been happening for a while, and now's the time. And one last look at the setup. Okay, this is probably my worst setup yet. It's pretty blank, it's pretty empty. But I can't wait to get the setup together in Vegas and show y'all what we got. Everybody who's been a part of the journey in any way through YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatnot, Twitch, for the few Twitch streams I've done. I promise I'm going to get back on that. But for anyone who's been a part of the journey, if you've supported us in any way, thank you all. You literally are letting me live out my dream, and I'm going to do everything I can to provide the best content and products for you guys, and I'm going to continue to do that. So everyone who made this possible, thank you guys all for making this possible, and I'm losing it. I'm ready to move. Everybody, thank you all, and I will catch you when we're at Vegas. Sabres out.